Hi everyone, welcome to Financial Index, brought to you by Inhlanyelo Finance, planting the seed of smart finance. Today on Money Tip Monday, we're going to be discussing credit insurance. And on our agenda, we will be talking about being in arrears, credit insurance, and claiming insurance, right? And when you're in arrears, just to give you a little bit of it means the lateness of payment towards your debt. So skipping payments on loans, credit cards, etc. Consequences are penalties for the debit order bouncing from the creditor and your bank. And your credit score taking a really serious hit. And just having stress, pretty much. So credit insurance, let's dive in. Just a disclaimer, that is my very own table. In the past, it wasn't always compulsory to have credit insurance, but most banks are now making it a requirement before they approve your loan. Even if your loan is for 10,000 Rand, they need to have some form of certainty that they will get their money. Come hook or crook, whether you decide to, I don't know. If anything happens, they just want to make sure that they'll get their money back. So with large amounts of credit, such as home loans, if you do not take credit insurance, you need to have life cover insurance. You need to have something. You need to have something that assures them that even if you cannot pay back the loan, somewhere, somehow they will get their money back. So this is what credit insurance offers, mostly. In the event that you're retrenched, they will pay for your debt for the next plus minus 12 months, right? And then in the event of your death, the insurance covers the debt in full as at the time of death. So say you took out a loan for 300,000 Rand, and you took out this loan for the next 6 years, and your monthly installment is 2,000 Rand per month. So having been paying 2,000 Rand per month for 5 months, that's 10,000 Rand. You're going to assume that your debt is now at 290,000, but that's not the case because that is without interest. And in the beginning stages of your repayment of your loan, majority of your money, probably like 80%, of the installment goes straight to your interest, and interest accumulates daily. So this is why the sooner you pay off a debt, the better for you, and it is cheaper because you incur less interest. So even though in technicalities, if you pass away after 5 months, you've paid 10,000 Rand, you expect to owe 290,000 Rand, you'll find that you owe 298,000. So on the day that you pass away, the amount that you owe, right? And you're going to let your insurance know, and your relatives will let the insurance know. You are no more. They will cover that 298,000 Rand in full. So they don't have to worry about selling your house now because you haven't paid them back and the likes. And then the next one is that in the event of a loss of income due to physical ailments and disability, right? They cover the debt as well. So this is to no fault of your own. So as a result, this is what you're insured for. And the plus side is that this does not negatively impact your credit score, right? Because I can't pay the debt because I've been retrenched, or there's a loss of income, or I'm suddenly disabled, I was involved in a car accident, right? It is no fault of your own, so it cannot impact your credit score if you have insurance. Your insurance is going to cover it, and you continue living as if, you never had the debt. And this means less stress, and you can allocate the small income you are able to get towards other things. So when should you claim for insurance, and how? Okay, so this differs depending on the insurer, but start with your debt agreement, right? This should give you an inclination of whether or not you're covered and what you're covered for. And debt agreements, this is the contract you sign acknowledging the amount of debt, repayment, insurance, and with whom your agreement is with, amongst other things. This should also tell you the conditions of your insurance. In most cases, you're not allowed to claim within the first 3 months. So if your credit is new, you might have to hold on for a little longer if possible. So listen, if you just applied for that loan and you become retrenched, keep it together, see what you can pay for 3 months and, loss of income. So this is what the insurance won't cover. Resignation. You are aware of the financial obligations you have, but you choose to resign. And the inability to meet your financial obligation is self-inflicted. You woke up and you're like, I can't take it anymore. And you quit. So where did you think your debt was going to go? Your loss of income was a conscious decision. So because of this, they're just looking at you like, we do not care. So then you have loss of income due to criminal activity. Committing the crime is a conscious decision. You went to go loot, you went to go steal, you committed fraud, whatever the case may be. They will not cover your debt because it would seem they're condoning your actions. It's kind of like, even if I lose my job because I'm a criminal, it's fine, insurance will pay. No, 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 no. They want you to behave accordingly. And if you did not commit the crime, you would still be employed. That's if your employer fired you due to your criminal activity. But I do expect you to stop earning an income when you go to jail and you stop showing up to work if your criminal activity was outside the office. So here's what you do, right? That's what you came here for. You get a letter from your employer. This letter should state that you are being retrenched or that you're getting a salary cut. It serves as proof that you are suffering a loss of income, as most people did when at the beginning of the lockdown. People's hours were cut and certain people have to actually do interactive work. And they could not do that because of social distancing. You have to stay at home. We can only allow so many people inside enclosed spaces and the likes. So people took a really, really hard knock in their salary. So you get this letter that makes this announcement that, listen, employees from Z company, unfortunately, we are here to tell you that you've been retrenched, or we will be letting go some people, or you're going to be cutting your hours for until further notice or for however long. And then you're going to use this as your proof. Then next step is to look through your creditors. Make sure you know who you owe so that you know who to talk to and to plan on how to manage your debt given your new circumstances. And when I say look through your creditors, I don't just mean the banks, your car, your house, and your clothing accounts. I mean even your neighbor, the lady you borrowed taxi fare from last month. She's also your creditor and she also needs the money just like you did when you borrowed it from her. So also consider that and work out a strategy. Then next, you need to look through your debt agreement. Find out what you're covered for, if you're covered, for how long, so that at least in the meantime, you can be like, you know what, I think for the next 10 months, they're going to pay. And then in the meantime, I'll start looking for a new job. It's ample time. If COVID ends, the likes, it gives you time to plan. And it also allows you to, breathe a little better, think a little clearer. The stress is less, immediate. Then also speak to your creditors or your bank. Speak to uzodwa next door and be like, sisters, I can't pay you this month. I lost my job or I have had my hours cut. Is it okay if I pay you 10 Rand every day, or I pay you 2 months from now? Or can I please just put you on hold until I can claim UIF or something? And you will sit down in the bank or you call them, or however, if you have a private bank, like you are there texting them. You're like, listen, I want to know, I've got so-and-so a loan. What is the best way for me to work through it? Am I covered? If ever you can't find your debt agreement, am I covered for it? How much am I covered for? And how do the conditions work? Will you guys pay for me every month? Will you only pay half? Will you settle the debt? Is it scrapped? You need to find out these things. And the best person who's going to tell you this is the person you took the credit from. And lastly, notify your creditors of your inability to pay. You can't just be chilling there and Fushini is calling you. The store is calling you, you are in arrears, you haven't made your monthly installment, and you're keeping quiet. It always ends badly. It always ends badly, and they will hand over your case, even if it's for 500 Rand, they will hand it over to debt collectors, and they will not rest until they get their 500 Rand. So this allows you to negotiate for payment arrangements or a grace period for your debt. Most people took a payment holiday, a 3-month payment holiday last year. So this allowed them to be able to breathe for a bit, considering that they did not know when they would be able to get their next income. It also allows you to negotiate for a smaller installment for repayment before your credit score is negatively impacted. Credit score is very important. So say I pay 5,000 Rand per month on whatever debt I have. I can go and let them know that, listen, I've taken a cut. Is it possible for me to renegotiate the terms? I will maybe can you reduce my installment from 5,000 to 2,000 Rand? And then as a result, in order for me to pay you back all the money I owe you, I guess there'll be more months left for me to pay. But in the meantime, can I pay less? Sweet. Also, nonetheless, good luck. Good luck. Unemployment is not easy, and trying to get by with the little you have can be difficult and is difficult. I hope this video helped you with sorting out some of your debt issues. Don't forget to leave your comment below, like and share with those you love to help us help each other. And don't forget that Inhlanyelo is not a licensed FSP. So if you need really, really hectic advice, do contact your financial services provider or your broker. Here are our social media handles, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.